We have continuing coverage on a murder investigation in Coachella. Today, 44-year-old Mario Gonzalez pleaded not guilty in the murder of 34-year-old James Montenegro. And tonight, we're learning much more about the victim, who was the grandson of a former Coachella mayor. News Channel 3's Maria Garcia is here after speaking exclusively with his family. Maria?
Peter, Montenegro's family tells me that they are absolutely devastated, and they want to remember him as a kind soul who loved music and poetry.
He and his wife Perla have a combo, and so they perform, and they sing, and they have their instruments, and he's just a wonderful person.
Former Coachella mayor Sylvia Montenegro remembers her grandson, 34-year-old James Montenegro, as an icon.
He is not gone. He is a person in our family, in our entire family, a person to be remembered, admired for who he was.
Late Monday night, sheriff's deputies responded to a report of an assault in the 5100 block of Calle Empalme. The call led to a standoff, and eventually deputies found Montenegro unresponsive and bleeding.
We didn't know that. I didn't know that. It's so difficult right now to talk about these issues. My wife and I have been so resigned and at every level.
His father, Jaime Montenegro, says he's destroyed by his son's death. He says he didn't notice anything different when James left their home for the final time.
I gave him a long hug when he left here that evening.
He shows us a memorial he set up in honor of his. Montenegro wants the community to hear his message loud and clear.
Allow those who were my son's peers. They have all sent a consistent message to us hundreds of times. That he was a pure and simple, yet very highly intelligent, loving soul. And nobody has a poor report on him. He was never violent.
Again, Mario Gonzalez pleaded not guilty in the murder of 34-year-old James Montenegro. News Channel 3 will continue to follow the case against him and the pursuit for justice in this case. Live in studio, Maria Garcia, News Channel 3.